You know what? Herbert's been keeping me happy. You know, if I'm mixing, I'm happy.
Beautiful.
And I know you're happy because you've been working a lot. Man, I'm telling you what, I'm so envious and jealous about this Coachella thing. You're like on a cutting edge thing. I mean, the way Herb has been describing it to me and what I keep seeing on the news, you've got to feel like the Edison of the Coachella world or something. Help me with a metaphor there. That was not so good.
We don't hear what Claudio said.
Well, I don't think my part was, that amazing compared to what they did with like the CGI and everything. I mean, my thing was more copy and paste, which anybody could have done.
For our audience that's been under a rock, give me like a 30-second overview of what this whole thing is about.
Well, what they did was basically they wanted Tupac to perform at Coachella with Snoop and Dre. And they wanted it to feel like a live performance where Pac would talk to the audience, interact with Dre and Snoop, and as well talk to them. And the Tupac itself, it was all CGI, it was all computer generated. And I know they used medical records and dental records, and they went really, really, really in on that.
No joke.
Shitload of money.
Wow.
And I thought it came out amazing. Now, I did the audio part of it about 3 months ago, so I've been on pins and needles for 3 months hoping this is going to work.
Tell us about just the word. Well, I don't want to get ahead of Herb. You had a question?
No, it was just what I've read about it, Claudio, and the technology and using James Cameron from Avatar with Digital Domain. I think that's his company. Yep. There's another company in San Diego. And in reality, there's a glass reflector on the stage, and then it shoots up on a Mylar-like screen, which means the performers on stage with him can go behind and so on and so forth. Right. So it's not technically a hologram, but it's so I was fascinated at that. I saw a report yesterday. But knowing that if you don't get the audio correct, all of it goes amiss. So you had to. The review process must have been really intense to make sure that, obviously, if they were doing medical and dental records, stop, Dave. If they're doing that, then in reality, your audio work had to be exemplary.
Yeah, and I think I got it there like 99%. I mean, me personally, I still heard a couple of things where I was like, okay, but hopefully I was the only one. But it was the main goal was we didn't want to use a sound alike or anything like that. The main goal literally was let's only use Pac's voice for this. And basically the process was we had, as you guys know, Pac does about 48 bars of shout outs after every song, and there's tons of outtakes, and I had tons of interviews with Tupac. And if you want me to get into the process, first thing we did was me and Dave, Tom Baker. They used to be an assistant at Larrabee. He works with me a lot.
Oh, wow.
We spent about 2.5 days cataloging, trying to find similar words or syllables that could work and stuff like that. And, playlisted it and then started editing. And it went fairly easy except two things. One of them obviously was Coachella, because Coachella Festival didn't start till '99, 3 years after Pac died.
Right.
And the other one, believe it or not, was Snoop, because we had tons of D.O. double cheese and stuff like that, but I didn't have a lot of, I only had like 1 or 2 Snoops, and they weren't that good. So those were the two tough ones.
Wow.
Very tough.
Wow.
And then the other problem was too, like usually, I mean, in anything that's animated, usually they do the audio first and then they do the animation to the audio. And this, they already started the animation and we had a script and we had to follow it. It would have been a million times easier if we could have done the audio first and they would have matched them to us instead of, us to them. But I think it worked out. We kind of pulled it off a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I haven't seen it all, Claudio, but like I say, on the newscast, what I've seen has been, man, kudos to you. I mean, that's...
But that's an amazing point you're making, because if you just see it on the news, it's amazing. I can't imagine
being there.
It must have been just
people were freaking out. Like, people were literally, it got really quiet for about a good 25 seconds. The audience literally stared at the stage and was like, "Wow, am I really seeing what I'm seeing?" You know what I mean?
It
wasn't like that. It wasn't obviously, I don't think anybody thought, oh my God, Tupac's on, the real Tupac's on stage. But it was done, the CGI was done so amazing, man. Like all the movement, like even the way his chain moved and his gestures, you know, the way he danced on stage, it was done so amazing. And the reason why they used the glass and not a hologram was so Pac could actually move around on stage. I don't think we can do that yet with a real hologram, where it actually, I think real holograms right now are just stationary, from what I understand.
Right.
So,
but this was better. Hey, let me ask you something, Claudio. I need to go fishing next Thursday. If I give you a list, a tape of some things I've said, can you replace me on the show next week?
Oh, well, please, Claudio, try to work that out.
You know, like some people go on vacation, I go on tour. So
I got a quick question. There was a lot of attention given to assembling the phrase "What's up, Coachella?"
Right.
Right. So was that what you're alluding to? Because Coachella started after Tupac died, and the sort of intensity of getting that correct.
Right. That was the biggie. That was the 2-day pulling my hair out. I don't think we're going to get this. Praying, pretty much using every trick in the book. Like what saved me was I found Tupac saying that, I don't know exact phrase how he said it, because like I said, it was like 3 months ago, but some to the effect that Suge Knight was the coach of Death Row Records. And I was able to use coach. So I was halfway there.
Wow. That's awesome. Wow.
We stretched it a little bit and tuned it or whatever. And then Ella was literally, I think it was like 15 different things. Like I literally had probably 100 playlists of possibilities, and we edited together, and it sounded like edited together, and I tuned it, and I used the Air plugin called TalkBugs to change vowels. And at the very end, what I did, I actually said the phrase and then vocal aligned Tupac to me. And that's what ended up making it work. And then we put a delay on it too to kind of mask some of the edits that you still kind of could hear, because I was afraid like this is going to get played through a 250,000 watt sound system. So
How long did that take, Claudio? Just that Coachella word.
Coachella probably took 2 days, like 2 14-hour days.
On one word.
One word. I'm telling you, man, I definitely lost hair, and I definitely gained some gray ones, and we definitely cried a little bit and prayed, but got lucky, very lucky.
Was Dre the final arbiter of when it was right?
On this project, yes. Usually it's Afeni, which is Tupac's mom.
Exactly.
But this one was all Dre. This was Dre's vision. From what I understand, it was his initial idea. Yeah. So,
Amazing.
Well, man, tell Dre and yourself, congratulations.
Kudos, man. Well done. You guys moved the cultural meter in lots of ways.
Are there any other plans that you know of to replicate this with another artist?
I haven't heard anything, no.
I bet you're not looking forward to hearing either, are you?
Yeah, right. You know, Dave, this was fun because I love Tupac. I'm a huge Tupac fan.
I know you did.
Obviously, Tupac's been a huge part of my life for the last 15 years.
Sure.
And yes, for him it was fun, but otherwise I'd rather mix.
And his mom, what was his mom's reaction? Did she cry when she saw him?
I haven't heard yet. I'm actually dying to find out.
Wow.
So it must have been extremely emotional for her, because it was emotional for me.
Tell her we all thank her for allowing that to go forward, because that's a pretty cool thing.
I think I just want to add one more thing. I think everything we ever done with Tupac after he died, just to throw that in real quick, it always was, the first thought was always, would Pac have liked this? And it was always a discussion with his mom. You think he would have been down for this? Would he like this? Would he hated it? And it was always made very sure that whatever we did was something that we all thought and believed he would have liked. And I think this was one of those things. I think, whatever you believe in, if he's up there looking down, I think he would have got a kick out of it. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt.
Man.
Well done, Claudio.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming on last minute. We were so pleased that,
absolutely.
that
no problem, man.
you would grace us with that. I don't know if anybody's had this access to. So, job well done.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Hey, you guys too, man. Keep up the great work. The show is.
And we're having you back again.
Thanks.